Welcome back to another episode of My Legacy Garage. Today, we're back on the Jeep project. It's got to get done, and I don't want to do it, but I have to. I'd really rather be playing with one of the old C10s because I like them better. But, you know, I also need to finish this. So, AJ's out here helping today. He's working on that fender flare. That'll probably take him all day. And I'm going to do some body work. So, let's take a look at what we got to do. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and the like button. I'd appreciate it. What we need to tackle today is this back corner. It's got a right good dent in it right here. And then this is kind of kinked up in underneath. And then this is actually bowed out on the side. You can see how far bowed out that is on the bottom. So we're going to have to sort that out. So the first thing we want to do is see about getting this kink straightened out on the bottom. See if there's anything we can do about this little ding right here. And then we'll kind of work from there. So I think we can kind of straighten this back out a little bit. At least get some general shapes involved there. See if we can get something maybe a little more substantial than this to bend that out. There, we've got this straightened out pretty decent. It's even pretty nice along the bottom edge. We got this to pop out just a hair, but I think I'm going to try and get a little more. It's not creased like this is, so we might be able to get that popped out to the point where we don't have to put any filler in it, which would be nice. But you know, even though it's not creased, it's a pretty large dent, so we'll see what we can do with it. Well, this is where we've gotten. We've got that, I think, as good as we're going to get it, which is not bad. And then we've got that straightened out where it's not bulging out anymore, so that's a plus. Now what we got to do is mix up some Bondo and straighten that stuff out. So let's get on that. Now listen guys, when you put Bondo on, I know, don't use Bondo, but when you do, because you know you will, it's important to put it on a little thick on the first coat. At least that's how I do it. Because it's a lot easier to grind it off than to mix up a whole nother batch and go through all this all over again. So I tend to put it on a little bit thick, but you don't want to just glob it on there. You want it to have, you know, be fairly smooth. So while we're waiting for Bondo to dry, we started taping up the Jeep. You know, first with painter's tape for a painter's edge, and then the plastic just to keep the dust and everything out of the interior. And obviously we haven't, you know, finished this bottom edge and around the doors and everything yet. It's just hanging there. But we'll get there, and we need one more piece across the back here yet. Probably. I don't know, we might be able to stretch that out and make it work. I'm not sure yet. But the issue is that I need to be able to open, you know, the doors and the end gate and stuff so that we can paint, you know, the jams. This needs to be painted in here when we paint. you know, right up to this back edge here. So all of this right here, I guess maybe could rhino line that or something in there. I don't know. I'd really rather just paint it. And, you know, the hinges and stuff, and either side of this weather stripping. Might be easier to take this weather stripping off of here, honestly. And we got to take the door panels up. So there's still a ton of masking to do, but you know, we're making progress. We're getting there. And in the meantime, that's drying up, so we'll be able to sand that off of there and see what that ends up looking like. Well, there we have it, folks. That's the first coat on there to straighten this whole back corner out here. There's a couple other spots on the Jeep, well, at least one other one up on the brand new Fender that has a little ding in it that we need to take care of. So I think before I mix another batch up and put on this, I'm gonna go prep that because it's a really small dent. We're gonna go ahead and get that taken care of at the same time. This one's a bit tougher to see, but it's got a little ding in it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that cleaned up so that when I Bondo back in the back, I can hit this one real quick too. So let's get after it. Beautiful. We'll just get that wiped off and she'll be ready to go. Right, I reckon that'll do. Let's go to the back, put another coat on that. All right, that should be built up enough now that after we sand it again, that'll be it, it'll be done. So we'll find out tomorrow because it's quitting time. See y'all in the morning. It's the next day. Heat's running. It's cold in here. I couldn't get sandpaper for the straight line sander, so we're gonna make do with the DA, clean this up. We're working on masking it up some more, sealing everything up so we can keep the dust and stuff out of it. And then I guess that's going to be about it for this video because I'm out of material. Still got just a little divot in it. Let's see if I can get it on camera. It's really hard to see, but there's a tiny little divot in it right there. Man, it's so small you can't even really see it with a straight edge, but I can feel it. Let's mist a little primer on it and see what that looks like. So I went ahead and worked on this a little bit more, and I need the straight line sander, honestly, to take this any further. Especially along this bottom edge here. I mean, you just can't get the DA in there. So I think we're a little bit sunk until we can get some paper for that straight line sander. This one, I mean, I can feel a little divot there, but man, you sure can't see it. So I'll probably just do one more skim coat on that and then call that one good. Well, I think that's gonna about do it for this Jeep video. We got, you know, some progress made, and frankly, the masking, man, it takes just hours. I mean hours. If anybody has ever masked off an entire vehicle for paint, this is like 10 times worse because it's not just like the doors that you need to mask off. It's the entire inside of the Jeep. It's ridiculous. At any rate, I need some paper for my straight line sander to be able to really go too much further. And I need to completely finish the masking before I go sanding the entire thing and making a dust storm in here. Plus, you know, there's other stuff in here I need to get out before I do that. And, well, you know, I'm just not feeling it today. So we're not going to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned to see, you know, what happens with it. It'll get painted eventually. I mean, it only took me like 2 years to get around to putting the engine in it, so it's just, I'm not very motivated. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.